Okay, we are live in Kiss My Ajo because everyone's white. It's actually Ajo. Ajo is garlic. And this is episode 4. Chase has been ignoring me for what, a month?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, the other Chase.
Sorry, I
Chase
was ignoring.
Chase
I was
Jr.
ignoring you just now. Yeah. Well, you've been trying to do this for probably since Father's Day, and I said no thanks.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm my wife's on vacation this week, and that means I am available. It's not like her being here though is the problem. It's just I'm gonna shut up before I dig a hole. You know.
Okay. So I got you this drink.
Get booked up. Funny story about that drink is I have a friend who one time drank one, and then his stomach got turned upside down, and then the next day he drank another one, and the third day later drank another one, and that friend is named Aaron Centeno. Why are you drinking more bucked ups when they were causing you stomach
First of
issues?
all, I already told you I was taking estrogen blockers.
And those hurt your
this,
tummy?
this first of all, I don't drink I drink like half of this, and then second of all, it was I think I took other stuff that messed me up. It was
Well,
I'm not gonna say I don't want to badmouth it, but it was Alpha Brain.
oh yeah, because they're a sponsor, right? So you took Alpha Brain,
No,
and
actually,
instead, it made your brain good, but it made your tummy ache.
this is actually our sponsors, Ugly Dolls.
What is that?
It's the movie. It
What
came out
movie?
10 years ago. It's
Never
called
heard of
Ugly
it.
Dolls. Yeah, so that's our
Uh,
sponsors.
there's a movie called Ugly Dolls,
Yeah,
and you collect toys. So is that a collectible?
that's my daughter's.
Oh,
And then we also have these 6 stickers
so your
and
daughter's how old?
8.
Why does she have toys from a movie that came out 10 years ago?
Her cousin gave it to her.
I've never heard. The movie's called Ugly Dolls.
Yeah. Well, how old are your kids?
8 and 5.
Oh, I don't know when it came out. Jamie, can
But
you pull it up?
oh, jeez. But all their toys are currently accurate. We got a space shuttle because the moon landing, but it's also wrecked. So,
Hey, we can go on to our next topic.
yeah, I set you up so you could move to the next topic without mentioning it.
Be more organic. Do you
Yeah.
think we landed in the moon ever? And then what the hell are we doing in space? Like the space station.
I don't know. The moon landing thing is crazy because I always thought we did, and I think it was a waste of time if we did. Because for what purpose did we land on the moon other than to prove that it's not made of cheese? And uh, I don't think we did. I think that's kind of crazy. I think it's crazy that we would have done that. So I don't believe we did. And I think space, people are just doing it because, I don't know. I was thinking about it the other day. Like, you remember when in 1492, when people were sailing the ocean blue and they were just looking for things to do?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like this, I didn't understand. They were looking for new routes to get spices because they just love spicy food. But like, not in England. Isn't England the blandest food ever? Don't they just have like boiled sausage and a boiled potato, and that's like their dinner? They don't use spices, so I know England wasn't a part of the exploration team. It was mostly like Spain and Portugal and Italy and those places, but and those places have spiced up food. But like, why do they need a spice trade? Why can't they just grow their own spices? Does that
How did
make
we go
sense?
talking about the moon landing to
Well, the whole
spices?
point is exploration, right? We're trying to establish things. We're trying to get places we haven't been and do things we haven't done. But like, what was the point of doing it even back then? So if there was not a good reason to explore the 1490s or whenever it was that people of Amerigo Vespucci and Ferdinand Magellan, they were looking for just things to, they were trying to chart new territories, chart new lands, and establish, uh, things in the name of their queen and king. Space is pretty much the same. People are just doing it so that they can say that were the first. But in reality, what are they doing with it?
Well,
No one
there's a.
cares.
It's weird because there's footage of like the spaceship. Is it landing or leaving? Like who's filming the spaceship leaving the
Yeah.
aircraft, leaving the moon? And then
Yeah.
there's a photo of like the first camera. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you've ever seen it. It's like massive. I'm like, well, who took the picture of the first camera?
Oh, who took the picture of the camera?
Yeah, it's like a never ending of lie. Like it's like
Yeah.
a web of lies if you can catch them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
funny.
I'm. But like let's fast forward to today. They say they don't have the technology um to go back to the moon. I'm like, that's like saying that like I our phone system, we can't upgrade the phone system. It's stuck in the past.
Yeah.
Um,
When
it
it's
doesn't make sense. And then what are we doing in the space station? Like seriously, like that's like so much money, because NASA's what is it? It's paid through like taxpayers' money or whatever. But like, what are
I
we
don't
doing
know.
up there? What are we
I think
exploring?
isn't
Like how to
NASA's
turn a wrench
private.
in space?
Yeah, I don't get it because like they mostly look like they just horse around up there. But I mean, that's obviously we see the videos of them being crazy
Yeah, they're
doing.
eating cereal upside down. Like I want to
Yeah,
do
but
that.
like also like what kind of work are they getting done up there? Because everything up there looks so cramped. Like imagine trying to do a full science experiment in your bathroom at your house, like in the shower. Like what are you getting done? You're gonna turn around and bang into your project and dump all the whatever. They were gonna send. Do you remember that spaceship that crashed like in 2007 or six or five? There was one that blew up, and I don't remember if people were on it or just
Oh,
stuff.
there was what year were you talking about?
Like it was recent, like while I was in high school, 2006,
And the people are still
7.
alive?
No, I don't think they survived. I don't know if there were people on it. I think it was just an empty spaceship that was flying to the space station, but it had an ant farm on it from a school here in Arizona. And I thought that's so funny that they're just going to send ants to space. Like, what if it did something crazy to them? Then all of a sudden we have ants in space.
That's how the Quiet Place gets started. You ever seen that movie?
Yeah, but I don't remember them sending roaches to space.
Well, they mutated.
Interesting.
What was I gonna say? I don't remember. It was something to do with space.
Well, I don't know. Space is cool because it's unexplored, but like we've got an ocean here that people still are trying to explore. Did you hear the people who were going to the Titanic that exploded? They're already working on their next mission.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
gonna die.
they're
Uh,
gonna go somewhere else. I can't remember
ugh.
where, but
Yeah, people don't. We're stupid as a species. We don't learn from our mistakes. But I do remember now what I was talking about. So it came out that I don't know which rocket exploded,
there was the Challenger.
but it turns out that whoever the astronauts on there are actually still
Oh
alive.
yeah, I've seen the
So I
videos where
was
they're
like, how
like,
you guys are just like keep lying and lying. And then there's also people think, I don't think this, but they think obviously the earth is flat. And then it raises the question too that we're in a studio and like the Truman Show, that everything's manipulated. Like the way they like I'm not smart enough to figure out,
well, have you seen the new thing that's going around? Is people are saying that we are artificial intelligence.
mm,
That artificial intelligence was created by somebody at one point and it got to the point where it got too smart for its own good, and that's what we are. That's why we have so many unknown questions about our existence, because we don't really know what's going on because it's been like programmed out of our. But also like you could pretty much say that that's before it was called artificial intelligence, it was called playing God. You know, like in all the movies, they're like, "Oh, you're playing God," when they're creating robots that can think for themselves. So I don't really understand. It's just the same thing, just with a different title, calling artificial intelligence, calling us parts of artificial intelligence. But whatever. I don't know. I don't care. You know what? I don't care. It doesn't affect me personally. None of this does. And even if it does, I don't have the ability to change it. So, space. I don't know. I don't think we've been there, but or to the moon. I don't think we've been there, but it also doesn't matter.
Okay.
Uh,
I was actually looking something up while we were talking. So there's a movie on Netflix. It's called Extinction. I don't know if you want to check it out. It's a free plug. But the story is about this
is this
guy.
episode sponsored by Extinction on Netflix?
Yeah, it debuted in 2018. But the movie, it's a movie. It's a decent movie, but it makes you think. So it's basically about this guy. He keeps having recurring dreams, and they're actually memories, right? And then basically the Earth is coming to an extinction. This is off of memory, and then basically they have like a space invasion, right? And it turns out that the people that are on Earth were like not even real; they're like AI. And then the supposedly aliens were humans coming back to like restore everything. So going back
So
to what
what
you're
was
talking about,
he?
huh?
What was the guy?
He was like an AI thing. He wasn't like he wasn't real.
Mm.
Shut my door, man.
How about that movie Wally?
Should have
Why
locked my
did
door.
why
I
in
just
Wally? Why didn't they send the trash to space?
you almost got me, man. Wally,
Yeah,
Way Wyatt.
Way Wyatt, Way
Oh,
Wyatt,
Edwin.
the best Wessewa,
Oh, Edwin, Uncle Edwin.
Uncle Elwin.
I can't concentrate. What are you talking about the trash?
On Wally, the movie Wally, they put all the humans in the boats and the ships and ship them
Boats and
off.
hoes
Why didn't they put all the trash on the ships and ship them off? Put
to
the
pollute
trash in space
space.
instead of the people. Yeah.
Yeah, they should have done it around Saturn. That way, all the trash is floating.
Oh,
What is
someone's chiming in. Yes, you in the back. Just kidding. It's a toy I'm playing with. Um.
Do the John Cena thing?
Dun, 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 dun,
You know
dun.
where that originated from?
Yeah, I
You
heard the
know,
story. It was stupid.
oh,
Wait, what
you
was
don't
it?
like?
Because he was a rapper. He liked rap, and they'd always go,
No, it's from 50 Cent's video in the club. Somebody's in there like
Yeah,
this,
50 Cent's what? A rapper. Oh,
like a candy wrapper.
no. 50 Cent is he's a nice person, okay? I don't want any beef with
You don't want to be in his diss track.
him. Could you imagine? And Chase, he don't know. He's the worst. He ain't got flow.
Yeah, he's like, I finna go to Phoenix.
Yeah. And then
All right,
everyone's like, who's Chase?
Chase is a place with
Helpful hardware folk.
chase. That means you're always constantly chasing something. Either you're chasing yourself or you're chasing Petty John. All right, so
Yeah, real cool.
this is a my cheat are sweating.
You.
I'm wearing purple so I can match my hat, but
Oh, good.
I'm giving off grimace vibes.
I'm wearing black so I could match your soul.
And my eye color, um, my butthole, my hair color. Actually, I like black. Anyway, so this is from Reddit, your favorite site. It's
Correct.
from the dating website. I guess I can just
Are
keep.
you on there?
I can probably screen share it. Whatever. No, I'm not gonna mess with that. Anyway, it says my girlfriend of 7 years cheated on me in the past with my best friend at the time.
That's a lot. I don't understand already. Girlfriend of 7 years. He's been with her for 7 years currently.
Hmm.
She cheated on him in the past at the time.
Maybe it's bad. It's probably our public school systems with bad grammar.
But like cheated on him in the past at the time as opposed to cheated on me in the past right now. Or cheated on me right now in the past.
I'm looking. I'm looking for a guy, 6'9". How
What?
did it go? Blue eyes. You don't remember that?
No.
It's a girl saying, "I'm looking for a guy." Something blue eyes, 6'9", and then people started remaking it. Anyway, okay,
Oh.
we were in high school. We were high school sweethearts. I took her virginity, and we basically felt like the perfect match for each other. As soon as I left for college, she was a grade younger than me. When I went to college, I did. I'm gonna see. This is why I'm bad at reading. Like I get bored so easily. Okay, I'm just gonna fast forward my brain. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Fast forward the last time she caught me. What? I don't think this is the right one. Maybe I should have sent it to you. Anyway, I'm just gonna talk about. I'm bad at this. Anyway, it's basically the one I was talking about is so it's the guy and then the girl. The girl has been cheating with the guy's best friend, and he eventually caught them. So, what's your take on that? Best friend, girlfriend, 6'9", blue eyes.
I think that cheating on, I don't know. I mean, obviously it's not good, but 7 years, bro. 7 years. That guy should have figured it out. I feel like,
Hold on, let's cut to commercial break.
yeah. I
Let's all
recently,
go to
there you
the
go.
snack bar.
I recently, that's funny. I recently was talking to a friend who is
Hold on, let me get the popcorn out.
getting separated from his spouse, and he was looking to sleep with someone else who was not his spouse. And I was like, bro, that's bad news. And he took my advice,
You
but
should have.
probably,
You should have let
huh?
him. You should have let him.
Well, why? If you're trying to get back, like, if you're separated, it means that you're still interested in making the relationship work. I
Not necess-
think.
Not necessarily. Like when
Well, then,
I got like before we got divorced, we were obviously separated, but we were separated for so long, still married, but we weren't living together, and it's just the whole divorce process. It takes a while.
well, but like, I think there are two things. If you and your, there are three options. You're married, you're separated, you're getting a divorce.
Hey,
So,
kids, you and your
huh?
mom are getting a divorce.
Yeah. So if you're willing to like step out on your spouse and sleep with another person, and it's during a separation, like you got to be pretty committed to everything just not working out. There's a good chance that an extramarital affair is not going to kickstart their relationship back into gear. You know. So I told the guy, I was like, "Hey, man, are you trying to get divorced? Like, is that your end goal?" And he's like, "I don't know, maybe." And I was like, "Well, just know that a divorce or cheating on her and her finding out is gonna end things." And he told me that his wife said, "Look, during our separation, if you sleep with anybody, please let me know."
Oh wow.
And she said, "Do you have any rules for me?" And he's like, "Yeah, if you go out to like a bar, please let me know." And I thought, okay, well, one of those is high stakes, the other one's not such high stakes, you know. And he found out that she had been going out to bars and not telling him. And I'm like, so is that a deal breaker? And he's like, well, no, but I asked her to tell me and she didn't. And I'm like, okay. And if you sleep with another chick, is that a deal breaker? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. So don't do it unless you're willing to wreck things because that's all it's going to do.
And you could also lie.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's still, if you're, it's still, I mean, maybe I live in a world where everyone loves each other, but like, uh,
You
if you
know.
lie, then you better be ready to get caught and not be married anymore. So,
You know who loves himself if they had a clone.
what?
If somebody had a clone, Donald Trump,
Oh,
he loves himself.
yeah. Clones are interesting. I
How
don't
about
know.
how about cloning animals? Isn't that weird? Like you're talking about playing God or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just bizarre. Like, why are we cloning? Like, is it to? And then if you clone, like, if you clone a chicken and you eat it, like, it's just so weird. You
If you
think that's?
clone a chicken and you eat it,
Are you eating chicken?
Well, there's like things that like don't translate.
Like a soul or like a spirit?
Well, like two clones aren't going to make 100% of the same decisions, right?
No. I
So, is their brain cloned?
I'm
You know
sure
what?
this is the
This is going
cells.
to be this is going to be pretty what's the word? Not thought provoking. What's the word where things cause problems? This is going to be a problem causing statement, but you know how twins share the same DNA?
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a set of twins and one of them is a homosexual and the other one isn't, then all that says is that sexual orientation is not in your DNA.
Oh yeah, it's definitely it's 100% influence. That's what
But
you see.
also, I don't know if I know any twins that are opposite orientations, but I do know twins that are the same orientation of homosexual and heterosexual. So I guess I'm kind of proving myself wrong, but
Yeah, there was a guy on the Joe Rogan Experience. No one's heard of that. I forgot his name. He's a comic, but he was talking about that he was raised. His dad was gay, so obviously he had two dads. And he says he was dragged into like gay bars and like drag shows, and it like messed up his mind because he thought he was gay in his head. And then when he was older, he tried to make a move on his friend, and it's like, "What are
well,
you doing?"
dude,
So I mean, I don't think everything's that extreme, but I think if it's constantly being pushed and your brain's developing, it doesn't fully develop to what your late 20s. So it's constantly getting data. It's constantly like molding, trying to figure out what's going on. That's why I disagree with people going to college when they're like 18. Like you have no idea what you're doing. I don't know what I'm
yeah,
doing, and I'm a 39-year-old virgin.
okay. I have a friend who's he was raised by two dads. He was adopted, and another friend of ours went and met his dad's, and they went and stayed at his dad's house. So the two friends of mine went to their one of the friends' dads who has two fathers, and he was talking to his friend's dad and said, "Hey, so what was it like growing up with MJ?" And MJ's dad said, "Oh, it was great. He's so great. We love who he's become. The only thing we wish, and we would have loved this because we love our lives so much, we would have loved if he was gay." And they're like, all we wanted for him is to have the same fun lifestyle that we have with all our friends and all the stuff that we do that's so fun. And we were hoping so badly that one of our two sons was going to grow up gay, or better yet, both of them, but neither of them did. And I thought, that's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's just interesting that, like, heterosexual parents don't want a son who or a daughter who's gay because it's different to them, you know? It's like something that is hard to raise. But homosexual parents, in this case, I don't know if this is everyone, but in this case, were wanting a homosexual child so that they could enjoy the same.
Yeah, it becomes kind of creepy. Like it's sexualizing opposed to hey, let them be. But going back to like, I don't know. I want to call it brainwashing, but it's like the Mandela effect, which is basically the way you remember something. So let's say if I had a pair of shoes when I was younger, and I used to be like, these are my favorite shoes, and I remember them being blue, and then you talk to your parents, like, no, they were purple. So it's the way you remembered something doesn't necessarily make it a lie, but it's not true because it's the way you're remembering something. I don't know what the hell this has to do with the conversation,
Mm-hmm.
but it's basically the way you see things growing up opposed to what really is.
Yeah, the Mandela effect is crazy. I don't really know if I believe in that. Like all the theories they say were
Uh,
like,
which is the fun one? The Monopoly guy with the
yeah,
monocle.
that he doesn't have a monocle. You know why? Because I don't think he ever did. I think everyone thought he had a monocle because of Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, would
Oh
make some
yeah,
calls, and because they saw the Peanuts guy, Mr. Peanut from Planters Peanuts. He dressed like the Monopoly guy, but he had a monocle. So everyone put two and two
yeah, he had a
together.
top hat.
And so does the Monopoly guy.
and a bottom hat.
Bottom hat. It's called a diaper, Aaron.
There's a. Did you watch my set or no?
I watched the first 10 seconds of it.
Was it brutal?
No, it just was not good audio. So I was like, I'll
Was it
do
that
this
bad?
later.
I thought the first one was bad. It's because yeah.
Well, I didn't listen. The first one I listened to with headphones. The second one I didn't. I was listening to it just in my house while we were watching a movie with my kids, and I thought I'll just do this later, and I've not done it later. So
Oh, you're a terrible friend.
whatever. It was watching Iron Giant, anyways, which is the best movie ever. So
I
you
like
seen
how
that?
Ben Diesel, Ben Diesel has like the best acting gig ever. He
Yeah,
just makes like he has a couple roles like in Iron Giant. He says, "I am Groot." I'm like, "Geez." He's like,
I
"And
saw
here's a bag of money."
I saw Vin Diesel in person one time out in public. While I was in the Dominican Republic, he pulled over. I was buying groceries at a corner bodega, and he pulled over and bought empanadas. He got out of the car, bought like 6 empanadas from this empanada guy on the street,
You
and
sure it
then
was
got back.
him?
Yeah. Well, so I knew it was him, and then I later confirmed it because they were filming the Fast and the Furious.
Uh,
Plus, he loves the Dominican Republic for some reason. He like loves reggaeton and the lifestyle, even though his favorite reggaeton artists are all Puerto Rican. According to when he explained why he loved the Dominican Republic, he's like, I love the music. I love uh, Don Omar and Daddy Yankee, who are both Puerto Rican guys.
Don Omar is pretty much black.
Yeah, I don't know that, but I do know that he's Puerto Rican. So
He's very dark. He's darker than me. He's darker than Obama, who's caramel.
okay, what are you? You're not darker than Obama.
I am.
No, you're
I
not.
am. I am brown sugar,
What?
and you're white sugar.
Well, currently, but I could be green sugar. Green sugar, baby. Put your mic on disc on rainbow mode.
Oh yeah, Pride Month is almost over. Hold on. This might be broken.
Oh yeah. Okay. Pride Month, baby.
Can we get like a straight month?
Well, you got 11 of them, technically. I feel like Pride Month happens twice a year. Like, I hear about it. I feel like we're always celebrating it.
I
Like,
think. Well, it's June, and then in here because it's so hot, they do it like in November, like actual parades.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, one time, this is funny. When I was driving for Uber in like 2013, I picked up this guy, and he's like, oh, we're going to Phoenix Pride. Or it's Phoenix Pride Month. And I'm like, no way. Or it was a night. It was like Phoenix Pride night. And I was like, oh, sick. I didn't know about that. And they're like, yeah, it's cool. You should come. And I'm like, well, I don't have any Phoenix Pride stuff on. They're like, oh, it's okay. And I was like, well, cool. So then I get home and I'm telling my wife, hey, did you know tonight's Pride night? And she's like, no. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of cool. Just like proud to be a Phoenician. Like you wear your Coyotes jerseys or you wear your Diamondbacks jersey, like whatever makes you happy about Phoenix, Arizona. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, it's Phoenix Pride. And she's like, no, it's not Phoenix Pride. It's Pride in Phoenix. And I was like, okay, same thing. And then she finally explained to me what it was. And I was like, oh, I had no idea. I thought it was just people who were happy to be from Phoenix.
No one's happy to be here. It's hot.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I had a lot of eye-opening experiences being a white straight male born and
Sis.
raised in Mesa, Arizona. When I started driving for Uber, I was like picking up people from all kinds of crazy places doing crazy things. So I now
What are you
know.
flicking?
You can hear that?
Yeah, it's like, are you watching training videos?
No, I'm doing this. The bobby pin around an Allen key.
I was like, click, click, next
That'll
video,
be
click.
yeah.
I don't know what else to talk about.
Well,
I waited
what?
for you for like an hour.
Yeah, I was. You know what I was doing? I can tell a gross story. So we went to the pet shop to get rats and crickets and stuff for all my kids' animals, and I had to get some frozen rats to feed our
Yeah.
snake. And you have to thaw the rat out. And originally, I figured out to thaw them out, I have to put them under the hottest water my sink can make for 10 minutes. But my water heater blew like 3 weeks ago, so I replaced the water heater and I set the water temperature a little bit hotter than normal because my wife loves hot showers and I hate
Ugh.
them. But so my water comes out of my sink now like probably 20 degrees hotter than before. So I put the rat in there for 10 minutes and it was fine. It thawed out and everything. But when I picked it up, I used these long tongs, these long like tweezers. I picked it up by the tail and the tail fell off. So then, the rat splashes in the cup in the sink and I'm just holding the tail and I'm like, ugh, like grossed out by it. So I
I'm
throw
grossed
that
out just by
away.
hearing it.
Yeah, it was gross. So I throw it away. So then I go to the snake, and the snake normally, like when I go to feed it, I make enough room in the noise for it to get excited. Like it'll come out and be like, "Oh, it's it feeding time." But I guess I snuck up on him because he was asleep. So I had to like pull him out of not out of his cage, but lift up his little his little house thing, his cover, and like poke him a couple times to get him awake. And every time I see my snake or my lizard, I always think they're dead, just because I don't know. I mean, I take care of them, but I'm like, is today the day? I don't know. So, anyways, I thought maybe today was the day. So I poked the snake, and the snake finally wakes up, and it won't eat. So I'm just dangling this rat in front of its face, and it won't eat. So then finally, I put the rat down, and then I'm like, maybe the rat's not hot enough because the snake sees heat, and that's how it knows that it's food. So I'm like, maybe it's not hot enough. I'm gonna go get a cup of hot water and dip the rat in it, and then pull the rat and dangle it in front of its face again. And as I put the rat down, and the tongs I have, the tweezers have rubber tips on them, so they're real gentle. Anyways, I ripped open the belly of the rat, and all the guts are spilling out, and it's bleeding out the nose for some reason. I mean, it was frozen. I don't know how it's bleeding now. So all this disgusting stuff, and anyways, I didn't know what to do with it. So I didn't want to put it in my garbage can because it's gonna stink. So I went out and put it on the fence in my backyard, and I'm hoping a bird comes and eats it. Yeah.
Wow, I feel like next time you feed your snake, you need to have a GoPro.
Yeah, well, that's gross.
It's like, wait, I'm missing all this. This is like good content.
Well, I do have some,
Chase's feeding time.
yeah, feeding this frozen, thawed out rat that's just falling apart like a zombie.
It's like a it's like a ratsicle,
Yeah,
right?
I don't understand how it started bleeding though. It started to bleed out of its nose.
It's because when you're hurting, you start to bleed.
Well, it's dead.
I know I'm just being stupid.
Yeah.
I'm just being
Anyways, it was
I'm being Uncle
gross.
Edwin.
Uncle Elwin. It was gross. So
Yeah, Wade Wyatt thought it was gross too.
yeah, Way Wyatt. What's the guy's name? Bray Wyatt?
Yeah,
Oh,
he passed away.
Way Wyatt. Oh yeah, Rip Way Wyatt. My favorite Westwood. So tell me about that hat. How'd you get it? How many do you have?
Oh, this one?
Yes, the one on your head. You goof. No, the one on your head. Not that. That's a good hat. Tell me about the one on your head.
This one is not that great. Um,
Kiss my ajo.
that's all I got to say.
Do people say kiss my the
No,
other word?
they say Ajo.
But like, do people say kiss my a hole?
No,
Hmm. Didn't
they
think
need.
about that, did ya?
Well, I was thinking that I should be Ajo man, so I'm just gonna be in a garlic, like a suit.
I've seen
doing
some women shaped like
doing
garlic.
doing stand up.
I've seen some ladies shaped like garlic down below the waist.
Oh jeez. Like, damn girl, you got the instead of an onion booty,
Yeah.
a booty so nice it makes you want to cry. A, ajo
Yeah, you get that
physique.
garlic butt, babe. Like if I told my wife that, I'm pretty sure I'd get slapped. Hey, babe, nice garlic butt. She'd be like, "Whoa, what? Oh, what's that mean?"
Instead of damn, you got all that cake, yeah, you got all that garlic.
Your butt's so nice, it will ward off vampires.
So yeah, because there's a garlic there, right? Or I think it's a garlic, and some
Yeah, that's
guy,
garlic.
one of the comics was like, yeah, the guy Aaron, he's like Shrek because he's like got all the onions like layers. I'm like, wait a minute, it's not onions. Kiss my
Garlic,
onion.
garlic have doesn't have layers. It has teeth. That's what they call. Wait, do they call it that in English? In Spanish, a piece of garlic is called a diente, a tooth. A
Diente,
tooth of garlic. Oh, in English, it's called a clove. A
Texas
clove of garlic.
cloverleaf.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Garlic's pretty good. One time I ate a whole thing of garlic. Like a
You
whole.
like garlic?
I love garlic.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Dude, if you're like cooking anything, like even if you're cooking eggs, you put a little bit of butter in the pan and put like you put a little bit of a piece of garlic in it. It makes your whole house smell so good.
Maybe you
So,
should be Ajo man.
well,
What?
I was just gonna tell you, I ate a clove of garlic one time and it burned my mouth for like 15 minutes. It was so hot.
Sounds like your kids are dying.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, I just imagine like because some dads suck at being like parents, like taking care of their kids, and I'm assuming you got like a food bowl like their cats, like
Yeah.
it's like milk in one and then cereal in the other.
Well, I'm
Oh, I just
surprised they haven't made any noise. They've been locked in this closet for 37 minutes now.
you ever heard of melatonin? Just give them a little.
Yeah, but we don't do that because they said that if you give your kids melatonin, it could prevent their body from creating its own melatonin. Because we
Makes
used to give
sense.
it to them like almost every
Candy.
night, but now we give it to them if it's like vacation or something like that.
What about Nyquil?
Uh, I give them full doses of promethazine, aka purple drink.
That tussin.
Yeah. I give them 30 shots of Adderall when they're too sleepy. Get them turned up.
So I have my first. It's a gig, but I have to pay. I'm so good. I have to pay.
How much do you have to pay?
It's only $10.
So you're paying to get to perform.
Stage time. I guess it's 10 minutes.
What if you can bring people in to pay at the door?
It's because this is like bars.
Well, so the only thing I have when I was in a band, we used to like when we were promoting stuff, they'd say, "Look, you can play the concert, but you have to sell this many tickets, and if you don't sell that many tickets, you have to pay the difference."
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Is
they
that
would give you.
every local like small
Yeah, that's pretty
venue?
common. So you get like 40 tickets at $5 each, and you get to go sell them, and you can sell them for whatever price you want at that point. But if you don't sell them, then you have to pay the difference. So if you don't sell 20 tickets, then you're on the hook for $100. But um,
Wait, what did you play? Did you play an instrument, or you guys
I
just?
played the bass guitar.
Oh, are you still playing now?
No, I pretty much gave up that dream. I think it's pretty silly to play, especially the bass when you're not in a band anymore.
Dum, 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 dum.
Yeah.
Primus, baby.
So the guitar's cool to play on your own, but like it's fun just to pull out a noodle around on a guitar, but to play a bass like by myself in the house.
They're like pipe down.
Yeah, it's like weird, you know. Like everyone in my house is just feeling it in their guts, just going like, "Oh, when's Dad gonna stop playing this song?"
Growing up, when I was living with my mom, my stepdad had drums, and like guitar, but it was all in the basement. But imagine like if you have drum set, how loud that would be
Where'd you grow up?
in the hood.
You guys had a basement
Hmm.
in Arizona?
Not that far from yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a base. It was small. It was
Yeah, but
like
like
two small rooms. I got
houses don't
two
have
small
basements.
rooms and a microphone.
Houses in Arizona don't have basements unless you're rich.
No, that was not rich. That house is literally like probably
I
not
think
even five, like a 3 minute drive from my house.
right now, your mom still live there? Did it burn down? Did you burn it down?
I don't know, but I finna see.
Finna see if it burned down. All right.
Instead of you're the only 10 I see, you're the I finna see. I don't
You're the only fin I see. Yeah. That's funny.
know. Fosachi.
Fosachi.
There's an open mic at 7. I don't know if I want to do it.
Tonight?
Yeah.
So, do you tell the same jokes at every open mic, or do you try new jokes?
The last set was all kind of new because then it's gonna give away my magic.
You should tell a different. You should tell the same jokes but different every time. So instead of saying "hit my MySpace," you'd be like, "Check me out on LinkedIn," or "Look me up
Well,
on
I tried
4chan."
the if I'm here, who's stealing your Cadillac converter?
How'd
I
that
don't
go?
I don't think it went well.
Why?
I don't know.
I guess you got to
I,
set it up more and be like, "Hey, so I do have a shady past. I do own a sawzall. Now that I'm in like blue collar job, I got all the tools to do shady things. I don't
or
know."
I could just be like, hey, if I'm here, who's fixing your Wi-Fi and your cameras?
Well, that's too serious. Cause that's actually what you do. So, but nobody knows that. If
So
I'm
the
here, who's setting off the fire alarm at the elementary school?
if, if I'm here, who's pissing off a customer? It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
no, the alarm's not gonna sound.
Jeez.
My I usually say it shouldn't. It should not. So they started doing on Friday nights, and I guess I can send you the thing. They stream it. I forgot all about it. So what they do is you do your set. It's like 5 to 7 minutes. You do your set, and then they interview you, kind of.
So, how funny are the other people? I mean, I know you're not going to say they're stupid because that would be a bad choice on this podcast where you're trying to talk about. But
I just the only thing I can say is that the people that have been doing it longer are better. But then again, some of them are drunk because that's my problem. I get so nervous, right? Like I don't
yeah,
know how to explain it. It's not even like bombing; it's the nerve to do it. So
yeah.
just getting out there and doing it.
I remember
Uh,
like the first couple concerts we'd play, I would my legs would shake the whole time.
yeah, you feel sick, almost like physically sick. Like what am I
Yeah.
doing? Like you want to like if you're a kid, you'd probably cry and go home. But I stole my son's notebook with the little koala, and
Oh.
this is my joke. So these are like old jokes. Then I
Yeah,
started
tell me
doing
a joke. I'll tell you if it's good or not.
really.
Yeah.
Okay, well this one I haven't written, so I'm on
Because
stage.
sometimes people think you're funny just because they know you. And it's not like, oh, it's a sympathy laugh, but like I know you and I think that's funny. I think it's
Well,
hard to get a organic laugh from somebody you don't
well,
know.
that's maybe my trouble. I'm looking for a cackle, like a caca, like someone
Yeah.
cracking up, because I'm like I think I did bad because I didn't hear people laughing. So
Yeah.
there's a what joke did I tell? But I asked the guys, they're like, yeah, you did good. I'm like, did I? Like I didn't feel like I did good, but I have a joke that I've
Well,
been.
he's not going to tell you suck to your face, you know.
I wish they would. That how else am I gonna learn?
Are you going to
Um,
tell somebody that? I guess you just got to gauge it. If someone says, "Hey, you did good," then you know you didn't do great. But if they come up and be like, "Yo, what? That's crazy," then you know it's funny.
okay, this one's basically approaching girls in real life and IRL, and
IRL.
and then basically saying, uh, so you have a pickup line. I'm setting this up around. I was like, hey, my name's Aaron. You look amazing, and then I would follow with, sit on my face, and in my head that would work, right? Because they're in a wheelchair. And plus they're doing nothing but sitting. No, and
You should hit them with the.
but there's more
Uh
to it. I was just gonna be like, well, what's
oh,
more comfortable, the wheelchair or my face, And and then I would say like, well, they probably can't feel anything under there in their defense, and they're probably dead inside because they're
oh,
in a wheelchair.
jeez. At least they're
Yeah.
dead below the waist.
This one I know is bad because I get no reaction. It's the one about the big nose oxygen.
Yeah, that one's kind of crazy because it's
That was funny.
funny, but
That
like
was
also, no one's ever talking about who's sucking up all the air. You could say
well,
that you don't want to be trapped in an elevator with you because you'll hog all the air.
that's a good one. No, but yeah, I think it's just I come up with weird stuff that makes no sense. And the reason I